From the age of 13 to 19, I was addicted to porn, watching it every single day, and at 19, I quit porn using the system I'm going to teach you today. First of all, what other 19-year-old can actually say they've quit porn, if we're being honest? And what other 19-year-old is willing to share his secrets on how he did it? So I'm going to give you the biggest thing that made it easy for me to quit, get on a high streak of nofap, whatever, and the main reason why you're struggling and why 95% of guys will never quit porn. The reason 95% of guys will never quit porn is because they start on nofap, and that is stupid. If you don't know, nofap is a popular strategy when trying to quit porn, and pretty much it's when you quit porn cold turkey, you never watch it again, and you quit porn in 2 weeks, you just don't watch it again. On paper, that sounds great, never watch porn again, quit in 2 weeks. But in reality, as you probably know, it doesn't work. You get on to day 1 of nofap, feeling all motivated, feeling good. Get to day 3, day 4, the urges start building up. You end up relapsing in a moment of weakness. You feel depressed, shameful, your streak's gone. And then you end up fapping 5 times that same day, all right? So not only does nofap not help the addiction, it makes it worse. This is why literally 95% of guys who are trying to quit porn, these guys are not lazy bums. They're actually trying to quit porn. They're doing something good for their life, but they can't do it because nofap is the advice pushed so much. Why is it pushed so much? Because them videos get the most views. The nofap timeline, the benefits of nofap, and that is another thing that is complete bullshit. You don't get a certain benefit on day 30 of nofap or whatever. You only get benefits of quitting porn when you reduce how much you watch it. You don't have to quit porn cold turkey to get some benefits, to increase your confidence, to reduce your anxiety. You can just reduce your porn usage and get some confidence as you go along. So, nofap doesn't work, as we've just proven. So what did I do that made it so easy for me to quit within literally months, not years, months? I created my own system called LessFap. LessFap is simply where you fap less this month than you did last month. So, for example, if you watch porn 30 times last month, watch it 28 times this month, and then 26 times next month. It's that easy. It really is, right? And your brain is going to be coming up with these excuses, oh, that progress is too slow, I can do it faster. If you could do it faster, if you had a better way, you would have quit porn by now, and I'd be the one watching a video. But it's the other way around. So turn your brain off, because your brain is the reason you are addicted to porn, all right? My brain is the reason I've quit. So drop the ego and just listen to me. If you want to take my advice, quit porn, and then you want to disagree with what I say, fine, I don't care. But if you listen to me, you will quit porn. Simple as that, okay? So LessFap is simply where you fap less this month than you did last month. So when you're on nofap, this is what your porn consumption looks like. You're doing it every day, and then you drop it to 0, and then a few days later it goes back up. With my method, you start in here with your addiction, and you're gradually going down, progressively deloading how much you watch porn. So pretty much you're just watching porn less each and every month. But why does this work so effectively? And why is this the fastest way to quit porn? It works so effectively because you still get to watch porn and make progress every single month. So when you get on nofap, you were told you could never watch porn again, and I understand it's a bit depressing when you get told that, because porn is disgusting and weird, but it's kind of fun. To get told you could never watch it again, you're just going to be depressed, okay? Because you've not controlled your addiction. Your mind is still relying on porn, and when you're told you can't have it, you just want it even more. So with my way, you can still watch porn, so you're not going to be depressed. And also, each and every month, you are making progress, because you are slightly reducing how much you watch it. So you're going to stay motivated, and it's just so easy to do this. So easy to do this. Now, once you are on LessFap, you want to be doing this for 6 to 12 months for most people, maybe less for you, more for others. And at that point, you'll be watching porn a few times a month, maybe once a week. At this point, porn is not an issue for you. The addiction is under control. You don't rely on porn anymore. And it becomes kind of boring. This is just what happens. You cringe at your past self for watching porn and just find it boring. Now, why am I telling you this? Because if you want to go for a nofap streak, because everyone's obsessed with it, this is the point you go for it at. Because your addiction is down here now. I have got your addiction under control. So you can go for nofap streak now. When you're going for nofap streak up here, your addiction's ridiculous. Your addiction is still sky high. You can't expect your body to go 30 days without watching porn. Now, the addiction is under control, so you can go for whatever nofap streak you want. One piece of advice: if you relapse on your streak and reset it, don't be a whiny little bitch and start moaning and crying, because who the fuck cares? This is the attitude you need to have. Who gives a shit if you relapse? You've made great progress. You're not addicted to porn anymore. You're ahead of 99% of the losers of the world. Alright, congratulations. So who cares if you watch porn once, okay? Of course, I'm not saying go and watch porn 6 times a day, it's fine, it's not. But if you've gone 16 days without watching porn and then you relapse, who the fuck cares? Just move on, carry on with your streak, and just, I'd honestly not even keep the streak in mind, because that's going to be when you start obsessing over it, you start thinking about porn all the time. And when you start thinking about porn all the time, you're going to be more likely to relapse. Now, I'm on over 100 days of nofap, but I don't care, because I don't think about it. And that's the reason I've not watched porn in so long, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the biggest tip on how to resist the urges. But first, if you want the full system that I've been talking about on how I was able to quit porn within literally months, it's the top link in the description. It is not a scam. I should be selling it for thousands of dollars. In fact, you're effectively scamming me by buying it because it's so cheap. It's less than 50. Should be selling it for thousands. Plus, if you are interested, there is a free bonus section on how to speak to girls, how to attract girls. Very, very easy. Top link in the description. Price will increase soon. Alright? So how do you actually resist the urges when you're going for a no-fap streak or when you're on less fap? Well, proven scientifically, the most effective way to resist urges is to physically, forcefully remove yourself from the environment. So if you're in the environment where you usually jack off every single night, it's in your bedroom. That's the environment you're comfortable in. That's where you watch porn every single night to go to sleep. That's what it was for me. Instead of staying in that environment, trying to resist the urge like a dickhead, trying to meditate on it, trying to deep breaths and all that shit, you're obviously going to end up relapsing, because you're staying in the same room, the same situation where you are used to jacking off. So obviously you're going to end up jacking off. Imagine a fat guy on a diet. Day one of the diet, he goes into a chocolate factory. You'd call him retarded, right? It's the same with you. Why are you staying in that environment? So what do? Forcefully, don't be a lazy bitch. Stand up and move. Whether that's going in your garden, going for a walk, speaking to your mum, I don't care what time it is. I don't care if it's dark outside. If you want to get rid of this addiction and never watch porn again and not relapse that day, this is what you need to do. You've got to take forceful action. I'm not saying stay outside all night. 10, 15 minutes, if that, because when you come back, the urge will be gone, because that's how long it takes. But by staying in that environment for an extra 10 to 15 minutes, you will end up relapsing, you will fail, okay? Every single other time you've tried to not relapse, but you've stayed in that environment, you've fapped. So just move, don't be lazy, and move to a different room, cook something, go for a walk, whatever. Just remove yourself from that environment. In the Vietnam War, when the Americans were there, the conditions were so bad that they were put on heroin, okay? Now, before the war ended, all the American government was like, you know, all these soldiers are going to come back with heroin addictions. We need to set up rehab centers. So they set them up. When the war ended and the American soldiers came back, none of them were addicted to heroin anymore. Maybe 1%, but the government expected all of them to still be addicted. Why were 99% of the American soldiers who were on heroin now not addicted to it? Because they changed the environment from the horrible war back home with their families. They didn't need it anymore. Their environment changed, and it was so drastic that it just got rid of the addiction, okay? That's the most powerful thing you can do. I'm not saying go and move country. saying just remove the environment you are in for 10-15 minutes and watch the urge go away. I hope this helped. For the best porn quitting system on the internet that will ever be, top link in the description, steal it from me, and I hope this helped. Subscribe if it did. Some more videos like this appear on your page every single day, and goodbye.